Hey guys, welcome back to Divine Beauty Tarot. So for today's video, we have our March love predictions, and I have 4 piles today for you guys. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So if you need to, go ahead and pause and meditate and decide which pile you are feeling most drawn to. If you're being drawn to more than one pile, you may go ahead and select more than one, as there may be multiple messages in there for you. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so there are going to be multiple messages for multiple people. So just take what resonates for you. Okay, so as always, the timestamps will be listed in the description box below. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile 1. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys off to the side. And we will get started with group 1. All right, so if you guys chose group 1, we're going to start with your tarot cards first, and then we will go into your oracle cards. Okay, so the first card we have is the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, lots of 2s, and the 4 of Pentacles. All right. So group 1. So it seems like for the month of March, we've got quite a bit going on here. Now, I would say right off the bat with the 10 of Pentacles, it seems like your relationships or, like with your partner, loved ones, family are basically going to be at the forefront for the month of March. I definitely see this being as a priority for you guys. Like this is kind of where your main focus is going to be. Okay. Now, the 2 of Swords talks about just kind of having to face a situation in which maybe you're not necessarily ready to face. So there could be something that comes about, in March where perhaps maybe there's some issues going on, where maybe you just aren't really seeing eye to eye with someone, or you just maybe don't really feel like you've got the full story, or in the sense of like, rather, I'm just not going to give it my full attention, even though maybe it does require your attention, because I feel like for the most part, it seems like you might feel a little stuck, if that makes sense. Okay. So this card talks about you basically acknowledging what it is that is making itself known, in the sense of like, whatever the issue may be, and, taking it on head first, pretty much. So there's definitely going to be something that is going to require your attention. Now, whether this means that this is with your partner, I'm definitely seeing like you guys just kind of coming together and being able to work through this. Okay. I don't see it being anything like too crazy. It just seems like there's something where you guys might be a little off. Okay. But I definitely see, it's for the month of March, it's kind of like restoring this sense of balance, to where you guys kind of get back on, the same page. I definitely see the work being put in, because we've got the 8 of Pentacles here, which is known as like the Craftsman card. So it's kind of like really putting your time and energy and focus onto like a specific thing. So I definitely see for you guys, group 1, that, your focus and energy is going to be on just that, like just trying to regain that sense of balance within your relationship. Okay. Now, if you're single, keep in mind that this could definitely, mean that you yourself are trying to, regain some sort of balance within yourself. Okay. If you're looking or you're dating, Again, I think there's going to be some sort of little hiccups along the way, with the sense of maybe not being on the same page with the person that you're talking to, and you might feel a little misunderstood or, just kind of stuck even. But I definitely see for the month of March that your main priority and focus is all about yourself, your loved ones, and just trying to prioritize and rebalance everything. Because you guys have 3 2s here, that makes me think of you kind of just balancing things out anyway, just like the 2 of Pentacles that we have here. If you notice, he's like really just trying to keep things, well balanced, not trying to drop everything. So I definitely see like you guys wanting to make the conscious effort to keep this relationship or even just yourself, in a positive headspace or mindset. So that way, things can move forward smoothly. You have the 4 of Pentacles here, which is kind of about, or not kind of, which is about being afraid or possibly like not wanting to let go of something. And I feel like, for those of you who are in a relationship, that this is about the relationship itself, that you don't want to let this person go. You don't want to let go of, the work and effort that you've put in to this relationship, because you really do care about this person. I see that. I see, because, the 10 of Pentacles, I just think of like this harmonious, type family, type love. So if this does resonate with you, like if you are in a relationship where, that seems to be at your forefront and things might seem a little out of balance, and that's normal. We are all human. We do sometimes get out of balance with one another. I feel like for you guys, your main focus is trying to kind of get back on track, to where you guys are both on the same page. Okay. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards and see what else we have that has come through. Okay. So for your psychic tarot for the heart, you guys have 3 cards. The first is Daydreams and Decisions. Okay. Love Abounds. And Nurture. All right. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of nurturing going on. I definitely sense that, like I said earlier, your focus and energy is going to be on you and this relationship and nurturing it, making sure that it continues and that it's, getting the attention that it deserves. So that way you guys can get back onto the same page. Okay. I definitely am getting this sense too. You've got Daydreams and Decisions, Love Abounds. So even though there might be some little hiccup along the way, like where, you might be at like a standstill or just kind of, you seem like a little out of balance, I feel like you guys are definitely trying to make a decision as to like how you can move forward, and how you can work on the relationship to where you guys both feel equal, or you both feel like you're on the same page again. Okay. The Love Abounds card to me just tells me that, that's the love is going to, pursue, that you guys are going to be able to get through this, that it's not anything major, anything huge. If anything, just for, the month of March, that's what it seems, that you guys are just trying to regain that sense of balance within your relationship. Okay. So let's take a look at your Romance Angel Oracle cards. You guys have 2. We have Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Interesting. And then we have Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. So if this 2 of Swords energy here, like this standstill or little hiccup that I was talking about earlier, perhaps there is something, behind the scenes that is causing maybe that sense of out of balance, like we were talking about earlier. So whether that you feel like you or your partner are a little bit codependent on one another, or somebody is depending on like some sort of addiction, whether this is alcohol, drug related, or, financially, like gambling, or just, overspending, things like that. Those are things that definitely need to be addressed. And I think that's where your focus is going to be on trying to just like balance and work through those things. Okay. So that sense of reconciliation, I just think reconciliation within the relationship and just trying to restore the balance. Someone from your past returning to your life. Now, if you're single, I get that sense that's more towards you guys, that if you're single, perhaps someone from your past is trying to come back into your life, or that they want to reconcile. They want to try to, get back in touch with you and, maybe start anew, start fresh. And perhaps, maybe there is that decision that you're trying to make of like, okay, yeah, maybe this does seem like a good idea, or maybe it doesn't. And so I would definitely, again, take what resonates, but keep those things in mind that this could very well be, that for you, whether you're in the relationship or if you're single. Okay. So your last two cards that we have, you have 2 Lovers Oracle cards. The first one says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Beautiful. So if you've been having any doubt or, just anything that has been causing you to second guess or wonder is there a way for you guys to kind of like work through any of the troubles or situations that you might go through, just keep in mind that, you have to let go of that negative mindset. The longer that you allow yourself to stay within that, the longer it will take for you to kind of get back onto that, even playing field, so to speak. Because the more you give negativity thought, the more you're going to stay in that. Okay. So just kind of keep that in mind. Next, we have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Oh my goodness, beautiful. So I love the fact that it says in order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So if there is any resentment, towards your partner for whatever reason, because of maybe this codependency here, you have, in order for this to move on, like, especially if you want this relationship to work, which it seems like for the most part, that's what we want here. Like I said, I don't foresee this being anything like too serious to the point where it's going to cause a breakup. I'm not getting that sense. But this is definitely a little bit of a rough patch, a little bit of a sense where, hey, we need to take some time and really reflect on what it is that we want and how can we move forward together, and rebalance one another, right? So I think, one of the things that this is really trying to emphasize is, really taking a look at the bigger picture and seeing how you guys can move forward and how you guys can actually recognize what needs to be worked on, whether it is some sort of addiction, whether it is just, regaining this sense of balance that you guys have just been sort of out of, lately, whatever it may be. There's the main emphasis here is going to be nurturing, and that means nurture within each other and nurture within the relationship. Okay. This also can indicate, nurturing yourself too, because if you're single, you want to be able to give yourself just as much time and attention as you need to just try to regain your sense of balance. Okay. Because if you're not balanced, or if you're not, in a positive mind space, how are you then going to be able to find somebody whom you can like share those things with, or who's going to be on, your level? So just kind of think of those things moving forward, for the month of March, because it definitely seems like for those of you who are single, somebody from your past could be trying to come back into your life, and maybe they do want to reconcile, maybe they had this, maybe they're the ones that have this fear here of like, they didn't want to let you go, and they did, and maybe now they are kind of regretting that, and they want to try to see if there's a chance for them to, come back together and, try working it out. So, again, take what resonates. But group 1, that was your message. I hope that did, make sense. I hope it did resonate with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how, it did, if it did. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. And if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I would truly, truly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and we're going to move on to our next group. All right, so if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So group 2, we are going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards, and then we will go into your oracle cards. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Chariot, the Fool, the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay. All right. So group 2. So we have the Ace of Swords here. Now, what I love about the Ace, like any Ace card, is that it talks about new beginnings. So for the month of March, what's beautiful about that is, new possibilities, new month. It's always like where we get to start over, start fresh, right? So I'm definitely seeing that sense for you guys that for the month of March, that this is going to be a time of starting anew. Whether this means a new relationship or, starting over within your relationship or, just trying, like if you're in one already, maybe just like taking a new step in your relationship, whatever it may be, it's definitely something, This could also, even for some of you who are in a relationship, this could indicate possibly finding out that you're pregnant or, just even giving birth to a baby, because it's all about new. It could be new life, new love, anything like that. So again, just take what you will from that. Okay. So I'm definitely getting that sense for you guys that there's definitely some sort of newness coming about for you guys, okay? Now, with this new beginning, what's interesting about it is even though, anytime you think of, a new start, you would think that this would be an exciting time, okay? Now, for some of you, it might not necessarily be a happy time because we've got the Five of Cups here, okay? So the Five of Cups is usually talking about kind of going over what went wrong in your past or just kind of focusing on things that didn't work out, okay? So for some of you, if you're having to start over, because of something that ended. Now this could, since this is a love reading, this could indicate a relationship that could have ended for some of you. Okay. I feel like you guys are kind of in that headspace of you're just contemplating like what went wrong. Okay. It's like, either you can continue to, stew over what happened, what went wrong, or you can turn it around and contemplate what you can do differently in your future or in your next relationship, okay? You obviously don't have to sit there and dwell on things if you don't want to, but that's what this card signifies. It signifies just that perhaps for some of you guys, if you're not already here, or perhaps maybe, some of you might already be there, just know that if you did select this pile, know that this is telling you not to stay in this headspace, okay? Because there is a lot of opportunity here for you guys to move on, okay? Now, what's interesting is you guys have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Now, I'm going to pull these guys over here because I feel like this makes more sense to me. That makes more sense to me, okay? So, the reason why I did this is because what's interesting about these two cards here, the two tens, is it seems like you guys were carrying a lot of heaviness, okay, from whatever ending happened or whatever situation that, you felt hurt from, or just some sort of, somebody did you wrong or whatever happened. You're carrying a lot of that weight still on you, okay? And it's been so heavy, and I feel like if you allow it to be this heavy, it's going to completely like consume you, okay? Now, I foresee this more so as a warning to you guys in the sense of don't allow it to do that. Okay. I'm really hoping that if you feel like this is really resonating with you, that you take this as, the message that it's, really trying to tell, and tell you that you need to just, make a clean break from the past, and, your pain and suffering will subside. It will stop. Okay. So, whether this means that you went through a divorce or you went through some sort of bad breakup, whatever it may be, you have to not allow yourself to stay in this headspace. You have to just, realize that what happened, happened. It wasn't your fault. You no longer have to carry these burdens. You no longer have to carry this weight on your shoulders of why it didn't work out or why this person just, didn't get it or whatever it may be. You don't have to allow yourself to continue with this. Okay. Now, if this does not resonate with you, because I can foresee some of you being like, no, I'm happy in my relationship. That means nothing to me. Okay, totally fine. Okay. Keep in mind that there's still all of this new here, right? And I want those of you, if you're going through this, to know that this is also to your outcome as well. So, regardless of where you stand, if this is you over here or not, know that there's definitely a lot of new beginnings here. You have the Chariot. It's all about forward movement. Okay. It's all about like moving on, moving forward, and deciding, okay, like, where am I going to go next? And what's great about having the Fool card right there, it's kind of like once you've decided that, you know what, I'm no longer going to allow this to, hang over me anymore. I'm going to accept that I'm going to start anew. You will be so like, just, whatever happens, happens. And I'm just going to accept it. And that's all what the Fool card truly represents. It's kind of like, hey, you know what? If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to get so bent out of shape anymore. I'm just going to trust into the universe that, what is meant for me will be meant for me, and what's not is not. Okay. It's just kind of getting yourself in that good headspace basically here. Okay. And that's pretty much what this is telling you. But what's great about, the fact that you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Chariot, which talks about this forward movement, is the fact that you are fully capable of having all of this. The world pretty much becomes your oyster. The Ace of Swords, all these new beginnings, all of these new possibilities that you get to endure are at your fingertips if you allow yourself to experience it. Okay. And, for those of you who are possibly going through, this heaviness over here, know that it's not forever. Know that this message is for sure for you, in the sense that it's reminding you that you do need to cut this off. You do need to let this go, so that way you can have this over here, that you can take charge again of your life, of, your love life. Okay. Now, what's also great about the Ace of Swords too is, again, like I said, it talks about new beginnings, new starts, new life, all of that. This can also indicate a new relationship. So if this happened a while ago, which I'm kind of getting the sense that for the most of you, it might have, and you're still kind of carrying this with you. It's just kind of like, it's just that headspace of like, what happened? Why did it have to be like that? Or why did it end that way? Maybe if I did this, it would have worked out. No, get rid of that negativity, because if you allow yourself to accept the fact what's done is done, you learn and you move forward, you can then find somebody who will appreciate you for you. Okay. And it's just kind of being in that positive mind space ultimately. Okay. So I really want that to kind of come through, because that's ultimately what I'm seeing here with the cards. So let's take a look at your, oracle cards and see what else we have. Okay. So you guys have 2 of the Psychic Tarot for the heart cards. The first is dedicated effort. So I definitely see you guys being dedicated here for sure. So once you've let go of all this, the dedication to yourself is going to definitely be tremendous. I definitely can see that. We have Seek. Okay. So yeah, I think, again, this to me speaks of the Fool and the Chariot. So like seeking, a new start, seeking like a new beginning, and, no longer focusing on the past. Okay. Let's take a look at your Romance Angel Oracle cards. You have 2 as well. So the first we have is new love. Look at that. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. All right. So yes, I definitely see new possibility over here. So if you guys are good with this, or this doesn't pertain to you, definitely see some new possibilities here. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So again, just because something didn't necessarily work out over here, know that something better is coming your way, and it is going to be worth waiting for. Okay, so if you're seeking it right now, if you are looking and you're trying to be optimistic, know that for the month of March, there's definitely some new possibilities here for you guys. Okay, so we have 3 of the Lover's Oracle cards. We have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Okay. Next card, playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. All right. So I kind of get this sense, like with the playfulness, this new love over here. So if you do end up finding, a new love, or for those of you who are single, which I feel like majority might be, for those of you who are in a relationship, we'll talk about that in a second. But for those of you guys who are single, I'm definitely getting the sense that this new love is definitely going to feel very playful and very new and exciting. Okay. And then we have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some playfulness, some passion going on here. That's beautiful. So I definitely love that coming through. Now, for those of you guys who are in a relationship, if this didn't necessarily apply to you, like in the way that I described it in the beginning, what I can say, overall is that it seems that there might be something in which you are holding on to, or that you feel is weighing you down. And I would take a look at what that could be, because the 10 of Wands really does talk about taking on other people's burdens, and kind of, throwing them on top of yours, and you kind of feeling like you're kind of carrying all the weight. So if that feels like you in this relationship, if it feels a little bit one-sided, really take a look and decide exactly, do you address the situation, or do you allow yourself to keep going through this? Because if you do, you're going to start to feel defeated. Okay. And I don't think that's obviously what you want from this, like I said, for most of you guys here, you have beautiful cards over here. You guys have new beginnings. You've got, taking action, moving forward, and just kind of letting go of all of this. That's ultimately what I see here with the Fool card, is just kind of severing the ties of this, burdens, all of that that's holding you down, and really, going after what it is that you truly want, that's going to make you happier in the end. So that sense of reflection, I'm getting the sense of this for sure, that if you are in a relationship and you feel like it's been a little bit one-sided as of late, really take a look at the situation and at yourself and realize, okay, how do I want to move forward from this? Do I want to, talk to my partner, or am I able to talk to my partner and, figure out a way for us to rebalance this? If I don't know if you guys chose the first group also, for some of you guys, we talked a lot about, balance and things of that nature. So if you chose this group as well, knowing that that could be why you're having to regain this sense of balance, because maybe you're carrying too much of their burdens on top of yours. So again, take what resonates, but I hope that made sense for you guys. Group 2, that was your message. If any of this did resonate with you, please let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear how it did. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up quickly, and we are going to move on to our next group. All right. These guys. All right, so group 3, if you chose this pile, this is your message. So we're going to actually start with your tarot cards, and then we're going to go into your oracle cards. All right, so we have the 4 of Cups, Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, oops, and King of Cups. Ooh, lots of King and Queen energy here, and Cup energy. Okay. So, group 3. All right, so group 3, it looks like we've got a lot of things going on here. I definitely see some newness going on, or some coupling situation here with the 2 of Cups. This does talk about a union. So possibly a new love union, or just you, and if you're in a relationship, you and your partner just kind of strengthening your relationship. I'm definitely getting a lot of positivity here. You guys have some strong king energy. So I'm getting the sense that if you're a male watching this, this could refer to you, or if you're a female, this could obviously refer to your male partner. But or even obviously if you're a male, this is definitely referring to a mature male for sure. So somebody who's got their head on their shoulders, who seems to have things in line. They kind of are putting more so you at the forefront. I'm getting this strong connection here, this very strong bond. And it's funny because we got King and Queen energy. So the Queen of Wands is definitely a strong, beautiful woman. Like, she's somebody who's got her things in line. She's not someone to be messed with. Like, she doesn't rely on anyone or expect anyone, or expect much for anyone. Like, she can do it on her own. There's that sense of like independence too. But what's nice about having the King energy here is that it also talks about, this strong connection. So I'm definitely getting the sense that, for you guys, for the month of March, that there is going to be a strong love connection for you guys here. Okay. We also have the Page of Cups, which talks about, new relationships and, strengthening of the relationships. So this could be, we've got some Pisces energy here, with the Page of Cups. So a lot of like water sign energy. I want to say Pisces, Scorpio. Why am I blanking on the other one? You'd think I would know this by now. Hold on. I'm like, I know everybody's signs, but not really. So sorry. I'm already like yawning. It's already like so late where I'm at. Okay. So sorry about that. So we definitely have some, Cancer. That was the other one I needed. So it was Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy with the Page of Cups. King of Cups, same. So this could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So either you or your partner are either Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So again, just take what resonates. And then we also have, like, with the King of Pentacles, that would be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, and Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So take what resonates. So any of you guys could be any of those signs. So those could be coming through for you. Or if you're single, you could be meeting any one of those for the month of March. Okay. Now, what's funny about the Four of Cups here and this is like kind of the start of the month, it seems like, there's some sort of unsatisfactory going on here at first. I don't know if for some of you guys that have been single, if you've been kind of like, "Ugh, things just haven't really been working out. I don't know if anybody's really, if I'm going to meet the one." And it's like, people are offering the things to you, but it's like you're not really paying attention or you're not really noticing. Okay. So I would say for the month of March, really pay attention to what is coming to you or what is coming around to you, because the Page of Cups does talk about like somebody new coming in. Okay. So if you are single, do pay attention to that. Like, don't kind of be in this negative mindset of like, oh, well, if it hasn't worked out, it's not going to work out. No, it definitely very well could. Okay. You just kind of have to be open and patient, and I think that's the underlying, word there is patience, that, things will happen, in due time or when they're supposed to. Okay. Because you have the Two of Cups here, to me, that just kind of signifies that, yeah, there is some sort of union coming in. Okay. So if you are single, know that there is very well a good possibility that somebody could be coming in, and it's going to be somebody that is going to be a very good equal to you, because I feel like you yourself are a very strong, independent person. We've got, the King and Queen energy here, and the person that you're going to meet is going to be that of your equal. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just because it hasn't necessarily worked out, or you haven't necessarily been shown this person already or come across somebody like this already, just know they are out there and they are definitely headed your way. So let's take a look at your oracle cards to see what else we have. We have the Psychic Tarot of the Heart oracle cards. We have Heal. Okay. Love. Heart chakra. Okay. So what's funny is I love the fact that we have the Heal card. So I feel like this is definitely saying like heal, maybe your negative thoughts of love before. This is what this reminds me of. So if this falls into you, like where you've been kind of maybe jaded or jilted from not maybe having the best of luck in love, just trust that you need to kind of heal within yourself first, and being open, keeping your eyes open, don't kind of just give up because it hasn't necessarily worked out, because love is definitely coming. Okay, there's another indicator right there. And your heart chakra. This is all about healing your heart chakra. So if you reopen your heart chakra, maybe meditate with some rose quartz just to open your heart chakra a little bit more so you can allow love to come in. That is definitely going to be very beneficial to you guys. Okay, so I love that came through. Now you guys have your Romance Angel Oracle cards. You have two. The first one is Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So yeah, definitely take some time away just to kind of heal, rebalance, refocus, so that way when the time is right, your love will come in. And getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, so here we go. This new love energy here. Okay, getting to know each other. Now, if you guys are already in a relationship, this is also too a beautiful time just to, fall in love even more, getting to know your partner more to where your relationship just deepens. Okay, so you guys can definitely take like a couples retreat and retreat together, just where you guys get that time away for just one another. Okay. All right, let's take a look at your Lover's Oracle cards. You guys have three. First one is Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So yes, trust that, opportunities are there, okay, that you can love and find love. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay, I'm just going to put that right there. because that's like literally just everything I just said earlier. Love that. And manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We've got a lot of trust here. So yeah, for you guys, group 3, we definitely have a lot of just trying to retrust within ourselves, retrust that, you know, love is out there. Love is available to us. It will find us. You guys are able to manifest. And it seems like for the month of March, if you are single, you're definitely going to find it. If you're in a relationship, your love is just only going to deepen. So I love this. This was definitely a beautiful reading for you guys. So group 3, I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how this resonated with you guys, especially for those of you who are maybe feeling a little bit over here where, you know, things just haven't necessarily worked out for you, and maybe you're kind of feeling like it's not. Let me know. I mean, I would love to hear if you're able to, or if, you know, if you do meet someone, I would love to hear how that works out. So definitely keep me posted. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and we're going to move on to our last, but certainly not least group. Pile 4. All right. So if you guys chose group 4, this is your reading. So we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then we're going to move on to your oracle cards. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse, the Devil, 6 of Swords, the Hierophant, the Moon, and 8 of Wands. Interesting. A lot of movement here. All right. So group 4. So it seems like we've got quite a bit going on. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for yawning. All right, so it seems like there's definitely a lot going on here. Now with the let's start with the 5 of Wands. So with the 5 of Wands, it's talking about you having to challenge yourself to change, okay? And having to adapt to different and or possibly difficult circumstances, okay? Now, what's interesting about having that next to the Devil card is that the Devil card is kind of like a self-reflection card about what it is that either you are allowing yourself to continue to do, even though you know that it's not right for you. Now, since this is a love reading, this could mean that possibly for some of you guys, you're in a relationship that maybe isn't necessarily the best relationship. You probably know deep down that maybe this person isn't exactly everything you wanted from in a partner. Maybe just you're not happy in the way that you thought you would be. There's definitely something going on. Now, this can also talk about addictions as well, because the Devil does talk about, you know, being addicted, whether that means like to one another, you know, being so addicted to this person that you just can't, you know, walk away from, even though you know that they're wrong for you. This can also indicate like you or the other person having an addiction to alcohol, drugs, gambling, anything of that sort that is a negative factor that's harboring the relationship, okay? So this is having to recognize some sort of necessary change for you guys, okay? And having to face this change and be like, I don't know that I'm ready. Or I don't know how to change. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean like has to necessarily be like an abusive situation. That just came through because I was thinking like, you know, with the Devil, that can also talk about abuse as well, where the other person or you are just feeling either emotionally, verbally, physically abused. And you can't seem to get away, but you know you need to, or you know that this relationship is not going to get better the longer that you stay in it, okay? That's just for some of you. It's not for everybody. Again, but just know that regardless, there's some sort of situation in which you are in that, or some sort of change in which you know you need to make, but you haven't made that change yet. Okay. So I feel like for the month of March, that change is definitely going to happen, and you're going to make those changes. Okay. Because we've got the Six of Swords here, which talks about moving on and not looking back. Okay. Which to me, this is a beautiful card, because if you are acknowledging and recognizing that there's a situation in which you are no longer happy, it doesn't serve you, and you realize that I need to get away from this, and you can do that, honestly, good job for you and kudos to you, because you're only going to be that much more happier once you do that. Okay. And know that you're making the right choice for you. Okay. The Hierophant is all about too, just kind of getting like the established order and getting things back on track for you. And whether that means, going to church more, or going and seeking help, whatever it may be, just to kind of help you get through this change, know that this is something that is going to ultimately benefit you in the long run. Okay. The Moon card is an interesting card that comes up here too, because this is all about, really taking a look in not only ourselves, but like our shadow selves, or the shadow self of others, that we sometimes neglect or refuse to look at, because then that means that we're acknowledging the things that don't serve us or make us happy in the way that we would want it to. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So the Moon card is really kind of about taking a really hard look at the bigger picture. Okay. And seeing how it is that you can, like I said earlier, move forward from that. What's lovely about the Eight of Wands is that this is all about forward movement and taking the necessary action. Okay. So it seems like for you guys, for the month of March, there is going to be something where it's going to cause you to take a look in the mirror and be like, okay, this is what needs to change, and this is how I'm going to do it. Okay. So whether that means ending of a relationship, whether that means, making changes within your relationship, whatever it is, this is going to be, your main focus for the month. Okay. So let's take a look at your oracle cards to see if we can get any more clarification on them. Okay. So you guys have 3 cards for the Psychic Tarot for the heart. The first one is giving and receiving. Okay. Healing begins. And confront. Okay. So there's definitely going to be some confronting going on here, whether that means confronting yourself, your shadow self here, or possibly your partners. Okay. Something has to be acknowledged and confronted in order to recognize the situation and then move forward. And that's the only way your healing will then begin. Okay. Obviously, as you guys know, relationships do have a give and take. So in order for this to move forward, whether you want to move forward with this person or you want to move forward away from this person, there is going to have to be some sort of giving and receiving here. Okay. In order for you to let go and heal. Okay. So whether that means actually letting go of the actual relationship, or letting go of, this addiction or this toxicity that is, having these negative influences on the relationship. Okay. Let's take a look at your other cards here. You guys have 4 of the Romance Angel Oracle cards. We've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely getting in the sense that there is definitely some chemistry here, which is probably the reason why you guys are having a hard time, especially if you know that the relationship isn't good for you and you probably shouldn't stay in it. There's probably a reason, there's probably a sexual chemistry there, which is why it's really hard for you to walk away, because maybe that's one of the reasons why you're like, no, but the sex is really good, so I want to stay, and I know that sounds silly, but for some people, that's one of the reasons why they do stay. They think that that equals love, that, oh, because they have such a good physical chemistry, they're afraid that they're not going to be able to find that with others. So that could be a reason. I'm not saying for everybody, but again, for some of you, if that does apply to you, just take what you will. But there definitely needs to be heart-to-heart conversations for sure. You have to make the effort. You have to be able to free yourself in all aspects. If you want to move forward either together or separate. Okay. Let's take a look at your Lover's Oracle cards. We have surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Okay. Love that. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Yes. So there's definitely going to be some needed transformation here. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. All right. So yeah, definitely group 4. I'm definitely seeing a lot of confronting, surrendering, a lot of deep connections here. There has to be, a lot of either self-reflection or just reflection within yourself and or in this relationship. You guys know what needs to change, I think. I think you guys know what probably needs to be addressed, what needs to be communicated either with your partner or even just with yourself. And finding a way of how you can either move forward together or move forward separately. Okay. So I hope, whatever this is or whatever it is that you guys need to do to, do right by yourselves to feel better, you're able to do that, and hopefully things do work out in your favor. So group 4, that was your reading. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how it did, if any of this made sense, and if it did resonate with you. If you are not already, please go ahead and subscribe and like this video if you did enjoy it. It honestly truly helps my channel grow. I'm really trying to, reach out to more beautiful souls like you who are watching. So I'm hoping that I can help in any way that I can, through my readings. So if you guys have any suggestions for future readings, please let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. And otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.